Jesse Morton believes in the power of a second chance. This was him a decade ago.
And say to hell with democracy, to hell with America.
And this is Morton today.
I'm a former jihadi extremist, and now I work to combat hate, polarization, and extremism.
After an abusive childhood, Morton wound up in prison where he was radicalized, eventually joining al-Qaeda and becoming one of the group's most prominent and radical recruiters.
We set forth a template for online radicalization and propaganda that took the message of Osama bin Laden, and we transitioned into memeing, into graphic design, into utilizing social media 2.0.
He helped to launch al-Qaeda's online magazine, which inspired a similar example from the so-called Islamic State. But he's now turning the page by launching these new publications, turning his power of persuasion against extremist groups.
We took that model back and we created a anti-extremism version of those magazines.
The online articles tell the stories of de-radicalized jihadists and right-wing extremists, like Canadian Brad Galloway, the former leader of a violent white separatist group.
For me, it was half ideology, but it was more about the sense of brotherhood or the search for identity.
After 13 years, Galloway says his family finally convinced him to change.
Wanting to find clarity and a life away from negativity. When I was leaving, there was no firm resource for people to go to when they wanted to leave these movements.
The magazines are part of a campaign to change that. They'll be posted onto jihadist and far-right internet and social media platforms and include links to organizations that provide support, such as Life After Hate, run by former white supremacist Tony McAleer.
It's one thing to call people out, and that's important, but we also have to be prepared to call people in to help understand and their behavior and their beliefs is the key to healing.
And these former members are now living examples, helping others to let go of their hate. Jeff Semple, Global News.